Hi guys, right, the next thing that we need to do here is to do the dimensioning of our overall part. Uh, Hey guys, right, so the next thing that we need to do is to dimension the overall part. So we can do this either by using the Smart Dimensions tool, or we can automatically dimension the part from the original part drawings using the model items option here. Now, if you've created your part keeping in mind the design intent of your overall part inside SolidWorks, then using model items will be your best bet here. We can click on the object, and by clicking on the object, we can click on model items, and we can then add the dimensions for that overall part. So just click on the green tick. If we go to no, should go to yes. So drawing view, import items into all views, we could do that. Um, and then just click on that object, click on the green tick. Let's go yes. So this will add all the dimensions that it can into this overall part, and we see a 220 dimension here. Now I'm just going to delete a few dimensions here, which I don't want to have in this sketch. So we will keep the 20 dimension here and move that down to the bottom. We can click on this handle to change the direction of the arrows. We have another 12 diameter dimension here. We can move the location where this begins by just clicking and dragging to a new connection point. So just click that point, drag it up and connect. And here we can move that 12 dimension up once we've done that. Okay. Um, Next we'll move this 20 diameter dimension across. So we can hold on shift, then click and drag until we move it to the head detail and let it go. And we'll see that dimension being shifted across. I didn't want to do that for the 12 diameter dimension, so I'm just going to move that back, hold on shift and drag it back. Okay. The R16 and the R13 dimension, we also want to move these two both to the head detail. So just hold on shift, drag across and let go, and we'll move this around. So the R16, we'll just move that to the right hand side, and the R13 will just move this up. Okay. Move this dimension just to the right hand side as well, and I'll just move that icon just down to the bottom a little bit just to tidy this up a little. Okay, so we can also do the same thing for the bottom section as well. So if we click on the view and click on model items and the green tick, we'll be able to add those dimensions into this drawing. Alright, so the 20 wide dimension, we already have that at the top, so we actually don't need that. So just click on that and delete. And we see our 100 wide dimension automatically appearing with a broken dimension mark. We see that just over here. 15 dimension being shown, and R2 dimension. We actually want that to go to the inside, so here we can go to leaders, and there's an option to dimension to the inside of the arc. And if you see it going the wrong way, just click on that icon and we'll dimension towards the inside. R1, so we'll move that across. So that's being dimensioned to the correct place. And we're just missing one more dimension, and that would be the R3 dimension on this section. So we can click here and click on model items again, click on the green tick, and yes. And we don't see the R3 dimension being shown there. We can try to add these dimensions, so we can either do that by going to Smart Dimension, clicking on that arc which we want to dimension, using Smart Dimension, and then move this up. So if you'd like to dimension certain sections and they're not showing up, so we can use that Smart Dimension tool. So R1, all right, and so on. So the grayed out dimensions, what they mean is they have been inserted manually using the Smart Dimension tool. If they are black, they have been inserted due to what you have drawn in the overall part that you created before. All right, so I'm just going to delete this angle that's appeared here as well. And now we have our overall part. Now there's a few things we would need to add in. So for these three radiuses, the R1 radius, the R2 radius, and the R3 radiuses, they're actually typical dimensions. So they don't actually have to be exactly equal to R1 or to 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters, and 3 millimeters. So what we can do is we can select the three dimensions, just holding on Shift. And at the base, we have a format of how that dimension is written, and we see RDIM. Now, after this, we're going to write down space TYP, which means typical, and then click on the green tick. So this will mean that they're all just typical dimensions. Okay, the next thing that we'll look at is we've got this 220 dimension, and we want this drawing to be for both the short and the long configuration. Just going to delete these two angle dimensions here. Okay, so what we can do is we can click on the dimension, and for that dimension here we can delete the dim. So it asks us if we want to overwrite the dimension value dim disables tolerance display. Do you want to continue? So we'll go to yes, and we're just going to type in 220 millimeters long. Sorry, computer's going a little slow. And 180 millimeters short. All right, so click on the green tick, and we've now completed our engineering drawing. If you want, we can add in here now that who has drawn this drawing. So right click and edit sheet format, and we'll just edit this to say C, double click, and C, KOK, click away. And that is that, folks. Hopefully you've enjoyed learning about how to do engineering drawings. We'll see you in the next videos, which is lesson 12, where we will be looking at trying to create assembly drawings. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. See you.